This is IGN. Coming up, and to no one's surprise, Fortnite tops the iPhone chart following its App Store return. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, if you thought Season 1 and 2 of Squid Game were intense, you haven't seen anything yet. The beloved Netflix drama is returning for Season 3, and this time, those of you who are afraid of heights, beware, because creator Hwang Dong-hyuk is returning to that fear in a major way. In Season 1, we had lots of games like Tug of War that really utilized height and the fear that this height gives. But in the case of Season 2, we didn't have that element, he revealed to Entertainment Weekly in a recent interview. That is why in Season 3, I decided to introduce games that could really infuse fear in people with sheer height. Beyond that tidbit, we don't know much about how height will actually be utilized in Season 3. That said, we've got a feeling it's gonna be beyond intense. Hwang also spoke on how the contestants of the game will really scrape the bottom of the barrel in an effort to highlight a greater message. What better time to explore that side of the games and who participates in them than the final season, which Hwang doubled down on as the actual ending to the now beloved show. Season 3 is indeed a finale, he told EW, and added that the finale will pose the final question of how we should remain humans even amidst this intense competition. The world eagerly awaits to see the grand finale. And in television, nothing good can ever stay dead, and in a year that's seen new projects from universes as disparate as The Office and Buffy the Vampire Slayer re-enter production, beloved 2000s hospital sitcom Scrubs is next. It's been 24 years since Zach Braff's character, Junior Dr. JD, first began his time at Sacred Heart Hospital. Now, Braff has agreed to reprise the role in ABC's upcoming Scrubs reboot, which is expected to feature a mix of new and returning faces. If this concept sounds familiar, it's because ABC tried the idea before as part of Scrubs' ill-fated 9th season that featured Braff and other series regulars handing over the baton to a new, younger cast. The idea was not popular, and the season was canned after just 9 episodes. Now, almost 2 decades later, ABC is trying again. Scrubs' original creator Bill Lawrence is behind the return, with plans that it will act as a reboot/revival hybrid. With Braff's deal signed, Entertainment Weekly reports that it is likely other returning cast members will follow. Scrubs originally aired 182 episodes between 2001 and 2010. There's no word yet on when more episodes of Scrubs will begin filming. Fortnite's return to iPhone and iPad has seen the game storm to the top of the App Store charts, at least in the US, where Epic Games' Battle Royale is finally available once again. The return of Fortnite to the iOS App Store this week follows a 5-year hiatus, during which Epic Games and Apple fought a lengthy legal battle. Fortnite was booted from the iPhone App Store worldwide back in 2020 after Epic Games deliberately added its payment system into the game that bypassed Apple's usual 30% cut. 5 years and more than $1 billion of missed revenue later, Fortnite is finally back, and its alternative payment system remains in place. More than a day later, Fortnite continues to sit at the top of the US top free games chart on the iOS App Store, ahead of new release Game of Thrones King's Road and other evergreen titles such as Roblox, Clash Royale, and Call of Duty Mobile. Apple had continued to resist Fortnite's return despite a US judge ultimately ruling this month that the iPhone giant must allow alternative payment options without penalty. Fortnite subsequently spent days in limbo as Epic Games' submission to return was initially ignored by Apple, then denied, prompting the prospect of a fresh legal tussle. "We back, fam," Epic Games boss Tim Sweeney wrote on social media this week as Apple, under further pressure to allow Fortnite's return, finally relented. Apple has not publicly commented on Fortnite's return, and questions remain over what exactly will happen next. The iPhone maker is still seeking to appeal the U.S. judge's decision, and Fortnite remains unavailable from the App Store outside the U.S. For now, however, Fortnite is back and back on top. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
spoken layer.